Hello, my name is acbtheman, and welcome to Radio Epic, episode 15. And this week we have bnelly and David Allen 353. So bnelly, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing alright.
That's good to hear. And David, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Well, like last week, this is probably going to be a very short podcast, but first off, I want to start off with some Clan Epic news. And if you're not in Clan Epic, please go to the100.io/groups/1412. Look all the information, look how to join us, and you can have this information make sense to you. So, we have changed our names, and we have some awesome names now. We have Original Epic Clan, but we also have Epic Alpha Squad, Epic Bravo Squad, and Epic Delta Squad. So we have some very cool names coming at you. So if you're not part of those clans and you see some of our names popping up as Epic Alpha Squad, Epic Delta Squad, Epic Bravo Squad, Epic, just know that there's a ton of Guardians behind that clan. So guys, if y'all, what do y'all think about the new names real fast, just for anyone from Clan Epic listening?
I mean, I think it's probably about as good as we're gonna get. We could probably come up with better names, but I think with the size of Epic, I think that's not bad, to be honest. So, I'm proud to represent Alpha Squad. Woot woot.
Any thoughts, David, or you just think they're cool?
I mean, they're fine. I can't think of any better names for it, so.
Well, the reason we went with that is just that way it's not numbers, and we just wanted to keep a unified system. We had everything sort of we skipped Charlie, but like the first 3 or 4 letters. Moving forward, we don't have to go to Echo. We can use whatever we want, but we're going to use the military alphabet, the military call signs. It's cool, and it's easy to pick a set of rules and say we have to stick with that set of rules. Then have like Epic Dragon Kingdom and Epic Teacups or whatever. I don't know. Having all these random names that make no sense together. But anyways, get past the Epic stuff. So there's not much to go on this week for news, but one of the, I guess, smaller things, they're bringing more pre-order stuff to us. So we had the Cold Heart pre-order bonus Exonic, we had the Kill Tracker Ghost pre-order Ghost Shell, and then now we have a pre-order Salute, and these are separate from the enhanced editions or the more expensive editions. These are what everyone who pre-orders is going to get. It's a salute emote. It's very small. It's essentially the Titan Hello from Destiny 1. Or, sorry, not the Titan Hello. The Exo Hello, from Destiny 1. It's just a salute. Is this anything newsworthy? Why are they bringing out more pre-order bonuses? Do they think people aren't going to pre-order right now? Or, they've said the pre-orders are as big or bigger than Destiny 1 pre-orders. I think that's what an earnings call said from Activision. So, why bring out more? I guess it's cool, but
It'd just be to add to the hype factor, honestly. Just like, hey, you're gonna get some more stuff. That's really cool. There may not be any reason for it. It might be like, yeah, hey, cool, you're gonna get some more stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, I agree. I honestly think it's, we don't have much to talk about between the console beta and the PC beta. What do we want to talk about? And we don't want to reveal anything more about the game. I know. Let's just give them a couple trinkets to have fun with.
Okay. Well, it just seems odd to me that they wouldn't show everything at once. But hey, most of us are pre-ordered anyway, so I guess we're going to wind up getting everything that they have for pre-order bonuses. So I just thought it was an interesting piece of content. And
it could be the same thing, like with the beta too. You don't want to show all your eggs in a basket at one time. So if they just do, a little bit here and there, then be like, oh, hey, cool. By the way, we're adding this to the pre-order, and you're like, oh, cool. Good thing I pre-ordered. Now I'm gonna get that. So it could just be, they're just trying to add some more cool stuff to it. So we'll see.
All right, well, another bit of news that has kind of blown up a little bit this week, with a lot of content creators kind of siding with Deej on this. There was a website called bgr.com that had an interview with Deej this last week, and they asked a lot of questions that some of the skeptics and some of the, I guess, for lack of a better term, haters of the beta said. They're basically their interview was just talking to Deej and they asked, or Deej, excuse me, and they asked, why is the beta not fully representative of the game? What were you doing with it? How is it going to be different than the game? Why is the beta so much smaller than Destiny 1's beta? Is Destiny 2 a sequel or a reboot or anything like that? And this is we had a lot of content creators come up in arms and say, no, stop asking these questions. These are stupid questions. They've already addressed them. Well, Deej had to re-answer these questions, and Deej essentially said, no, beta's to test things, to see how people like it, and to fine-tune things, which they've done throughout the ages back to like even their Halo Reach beta. I think Halo 3 beta had some things that were different, but I don't remember that much. But Halo Reach beta, they had guns that were completely different from the regular game. He says that he says the Destiny 2 beta, like you said, they want to hold everything back. They don't want to give away too much. And he said, yes, it's a sequel. Yes, they're changing things, and it's a reset, but they're not fully rebooting. It's still in line with the story. So why do people keep asking these silly questions? What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
I honestly think it's mostly the game's media fault and how it works. Everyone who's publishing articles wants to get the most clicks on their articles, and the ones that draw the most clicks are the ones that talk about the controversy. And so Deej and all the other people at Bungie get asked the same questions because Boy Genius Report and IGN all want to have the same article, like exclusive interview, what this complaint about the beta. And I don't know that they'd get as many clicks if they went and talked about the kind of nuanced, detailed stuff for people that already want to buy the game.
I agree with what David says. It's just, it could be the, quote unquote, kind of the American news media kind of thing where it's just like, where they're just trying to get views and jack up the ratings. And it's just people, they're probably like, oh, well, I expected more. Well, okay, maybe you didn't get what you expected, but that's kind of the purpose of the beta is, to kind of, like, as they were saying, test their game, number one, but also, like, give you a taste of what's to come. I mean, like I said, you don't want to give everything out away right away. It'd be stupid. It's like, well, why not just give us the whole game right now? So,
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. They've answered. I guess you're right. Just to get more clicks, but to answer these questions, it seems they've pre-answered these questions. It seems they've said, "Hey, it's a test." Even on This Week at Bungie last week, they said, "Hey, it's a test. Don't worry, things are going to change," and still this stuff comes out. I guess it's just for clicks. And they weren't. To be fair, they weren't attacking. They were asking questions if they were phrased in the way that they present to us. Nice and open ended, so they weren't like Destiny 2 beta sucked. Why do you suck? Can you fix it? It was like, hey, the Destiny 2 beta was a lot different than Destiny 1 beta. What gives? That kind of thing. It wasn't terrible. So I mean, it's just an interesting piece of news that got picked up by a ton of content creators this week, and so I wanted to give our kind of thoughts on it or what we had to say about it.
As a person who I didn't really play the I never even played the Destiny 1 beta, but like, to compare it to like a game I currently play, like Titanfall, 2, I played the beta for that, and like, all they gave you, was, just multiplayer. They didn't give you anything else. They just gave you multiplayer and that was it. And so like, that's actually like playing the multiplayer is what got me into playing Titanfall 2. And then, but like, didn't get a story mission or anything with that. Just got multiplayer experience. And like, I played the campaign. Fantastic. I wish it had been more, but like, fantastic game. And that was without seeing a shred of it in the beta. So I mean, like, just because the beta maybe didn't live up to people's expectations, doesn't mean that the full game won't. And I think people need to like keep that in mind when they're like complaining or whatever their questions are about the main game or anything like that. So just kind of the way I see it, and from other games that I've played and experienced.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying about Titanfall 2. I mean, the multiplayer's fun, but I mean, I find that the campaign's amazing, and the only thing that I'd like to see is more of the campaign. And I feel like Bungie's really trying to limit the amount that they show us, which makes it harder for them to build hype, and so I guess they have to do more of these articles every week and talk about adding more pre-order bonuses and doing things like that to build the hype.
Well, there's one thing about the Titanfall kind of. They had like a couple betas and technical tests. The one thing about those that were a little bit different, though, was Titanfall 1 was only multiplayer, and we go to Titanfall 2 and they say, hey, there's going to be a campaign, but we got more multiplayer, so we got more of the same. With Destiny 2 beta, it was so drastically different, and I believe in a good way, that I guess that's why people are continuing to push these questions, because they know people will come and look for the answers. So, but the Destiny 2 beta, I think, was awesome. And yes, I love pretty much everything Bungie does, but the Destiny 2 beta to me was awesome and was a fun time, and was nice to play a little bit of Destiny 2.
I think the difference between the two is like, okay, Titanfall, the first game, didn't have, like as you said, it doesn't have a campaign. So like, I just don't know, but like for them to put a campaign mission in the beta might not have been the way they were hoping to like sell the game to people, because obviously you play the campaign like once and then it's basically you play multiplayer. Kind of the same thing with like what Halo kind of was, there were some people that played the campaign over and over and over again, but most people, if they played it, it was once and then they were done.
Well, with that one, they even had statistics online where people did not play the campaign at all,
well, yeah,
and played purely multiplayer.
And so I think like for Destiny, there's a lot of replayability with the main story or the campaign, in a loose term for Destiny. So I think for them, and also I think the first point for them, I think maybe that was more of it's more of a, I guess, a show for them to say, hey, the campaign is going to be really cool for the next one. My second point was going to be is that I think the reason they gave you the first campaign mission, or what we would deem to be the first campaign mission, for Destiny 2 is to say, hey, we're taking some of your ideas from Destiny 1 and we're showing you that we put them in the game. Because a lot of people wanted like, oh, we wanted more NPC interaction. Well, guess what? You talk to the 3 main NPCs in the game, like, within 15 minutes of playing. So, I mean, I think for them it was more like, hey, we're showing you that we're doing the stuff that you guys want, but at the same time, we're also going to hold some stuff back and like, what you, just kind of wet your whistle for right now, until you can like really dig into everything. So I think there's some differences in both the two games and how they are played and they're portrayed. And then also just, like I said, just Bungie probably just wants to be like, hey, we're listening, man, but we still got some stuff in store for you.
Yeah, I think another reason why they included a story mission in the beta is because I think they're trying to bring on new players, and some mechanics in Destiny are quite a bit different than even other shooters, and so they want that first mission because it does teach you the mechanics. Like, it teaches you how to use your super, and it teaches you all the jumping and crouching that you need before you get to any sort of final boss battle, which I think that's why they included in the beta.
It's like a preemptive tutorial almost.
Well, it's better than a tutorial because it doesn't really. It has like maybe has a button flash for maybe a second. I don't even remember, but it's not like here's your dedicated crouch section and here's your dedicated jumping puzzle. It's just like here's a mission and you have to do all these things, which is pretty cool. And a lot of games are doing that now. Don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of tutorials out there where like this is your dedicated shooting section. This is your dedicated special effect.
They're very predictable.
Yeah. Well, guys, do either of y'all plan on playing or streaming or doing anything Destiny 2 PC?
If I had a good enough computer, maybe.
Yeah, I'm considering it. I'm surprised my computer meets the recommended specs because my processor's going on 6 years old.
But man, my computer misses it by 2 gigs of RAM. My laptop, and I'm sad because I was going to try it. Anyways, so we got a little bit of news about how you can stream it or capture game footage or anything like that. It's not that big of a deal to me, but I'm not really into the PC, so there's a lot of PC people or people that want to do it on PC that are having a little bit of a struggle right now. According to this latest This Week at Bungie in a separate help article, there's going to be some things that aren't going to work with Destiny 2 on PC. Specifically, game capture as related to a couple of different pieces of hardware, like OBS and XSplit and stuff like that. When it's specifically game capture, that's where we're going to have some problems. Some overlay from like Discord or Mumble where you talk and it tells you who exactly is talking. That will not work on top of the game as you're playing it. And the reason why is because they say these outside programs insert a little bit of code into the game for it to work. What Bungie is saying, and there's some ambiguousness as if this is going to be for the beta or for Destiny 2, because they've talked about this in relation to the beta, but they say in Destiny 2 on their site. But what they've done is they blocked all third-party applications from putting any code in. So you cannot game capture specifically. You have to do a window capture, which is going to give you slightly less quality. You cannot have those overlays on there. And there are multiple ways to get around this. They say if you use 2 computers and you're capturing on one and using your Elgato stuff and all that stuff on one, it'll work. And if you're just playing the game specifically on one, it'll work. If you have something that like duplicates the video feed and spits it back into your computer monitor, that'll work. But those are some expensive workarounds, for especially the double computer thing. But you're still going to be able to capture. You just have to do it in a separate way. You're just not going to be able to like insert code into the game with like game capture or with overlays and stuff. Is that big of a deal, guys? Are we not big enough PC people for that, or what are your thoughts on it?
I think, having watched a lot of streamers and stuff, like, I mean, for us, like, I guess layman, people, it's not really make much of a difference. Like, I mean, to be fair, I don't care, like, if I had a PC, I don't really care if Discord worked or not, cause sometimes it can be a hindrance, when it flashes up on your screen, and things like that. So, like, I can understand if it doesn't, if they don't want to do that, it doesn't really bother me. Like I said, it's gonna affect, basically just content creators for the most part. I don't think it's really gonna affect, like big, or like most people. I may be wrong, but that's just kind of the way I would see it, if I was, a PC Destiny player.
Well, the thing go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's coming from a console. We don't think it's that big of a deal because we have other ways to record things as well as PC does. But one of the things that consoles have that PC doesn't have natively is like the party chat functionality. Like on Xbox, if I want to see who's in my party, I press 2 buttons and I can see who's in the party, add people, invite people, whatnot. I can turn on the party overlay and see who's talking, and it's nice to be able to manage who you're talking to external to the game. So, for example, if you have 2 groups of friends hanging out together, you don't all have to be in the same fire team. And that's what that's one of the things that the Discord overlay provides that's not native. And so I don't know if they're going to have some sort of native option to do that.
Well, yeah, you won't be able to see who's talking, but Discord will still work. It just will be running separately from your computer. You can still stream your game specifically if you do a windowed mode. You specifically click this window, stream this window. The problem that a lot of people are having, though, if they have one computer and they want to like use Discord and use OBS and then have everything windowed so it will capture the game footage, it's going to be smaller and it's going to stretch it and leave it a little bit less quality because it's it's not as sharp as it could be. And honestly, it could be more than this, but the biggest complaint that I'm hearing is, hey, it's not going to look as good as it could because they want to prevent cheating. Which I hope the content creators can understand that, and a lot of them are finding ways around that. But I don't know. I'm not going to be on PC myself, but I would hope they would prevent cheating and prevent people from just breaking the game. I mean, look at what people did with GTA 5 Online, where Rockstar essentially killed all mods for a little bit just because people were breaking even the console version. So I mean, it's a sacrifice that Bungie says is. Bungie thinks it's okay, but a lot of content creators are saying no, they want to be able to run it as cleanly and as nicely as possible, especially if they have a high-end, expensive PC. But I don't know. It's an interesting discussion, I guess, that everyone's having. But
Yeah, and also it remains to be seen whether this will continue past the beta. Because I mean, like Blizzard's other games, you can have Discord and stuff, all the overlays. So it'll be interesting to see if Bungie leverages the fact that they essentially work for the parent for Blizzard and however their contracts are structured. But I wouldn't be surprised if they end up incorporating some of Blizzard's technology, because Blizzard's been doing this kind of thing for a while.
it would be nice, and it would alleviate some of this frustration that some content creators have. But I don't know. It was just an interesting topic. I do remember there is one more topic. Very short, should be very short. Very last Iron Banner in Destiny 1. You guys been playing this week?
Not much.
Not much. Come on. Well, you did say you were working a lot, so.
Yeah, I played a little bit. I finished off the bounties, but
I haven't played that much due to work myself, but I'm going to jump in tonight and tomorrow night. I mean, it's Control. Yes, they brought that back, but I'm surprised they didn't do something crazy like all Iron Banner weapons from all 3 years are back, or hey, guess what? You can purchase all of the current Iron Banner weapons, or hey, guess what? It's like something, I don't know, maybe having rotating game modes or something. I guess they just didn't want to have anything too crazy, but I was surprised they didn't like do anything special. It's another Iron Banner for me. Yeah, it's the last one in Destiny 1, but it's just another Iron Banner where we play through especially in year 3, where we just play to rank 5, play through the bounties, and we're done.
Yeah, it's I mean, I've been seeing a lot of posts. I actually have another topic, a question after this, but it's just another Iron Banner, like you said. It's not really anything special. It's like, it's there. I played a little bit of it tonight with somebody I was playing with. It was like, yeah, it's whatever. If I play, if not, it's not gonna be the world.
it's almost feeling like Bungie has a bit of senioritis, where they see the graduation day and they're just coasting to the end and turning in another Iron Banner, not really doing effort on it. It's the same as it was 4 times ago.
Hopefully Iron Banner changes a little bit more excitingly in Destiny 2. So you had one more kind of topic question?
Yeah, it was actually a thread I saw today on Reddit. Actually, was so with Destiny 1 coming to an end, a little over a month till BT comes out. How much do you guys play Trials at all? Yeah, I've not really been flawless, anything like that.
I was taken flawless by a streamer, and haven't touched Trials since.
How about you, David?
I have a friend who's a streamer who took me flawless, and I have played occasionally to very poor results.
Okay, so really not much experience, it sounds like it. So like I hardly ever play Trials, and if I do, it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna play some stuff. See where I can get. Somebody posted today, was talking about, what if they opened up the Lighthouse for everyone on like the last, like, day or 2 days of Destiny 1 before Destiny 2 came out. I mean, a lot of people, there were back and forth thoughts, but that was a question. I was like, that's a really good one. I don't know how I feel about that. So what do you guys think about it?
if they limit the loot and only if they like deny loot but allow you to get the grimoire, I'd be perfectly fine with it. Let people explore it, let people see it, but have that treasure chest locked at the end, so you still have to go flawless. To have gotten the treasure. I think that's a fine idea. I don't know if every time you load in, they have that treasure box unlocked or whatever. I don't know exactly how that works, but if they just had it locked, I think that'd be fine. Especially for the people that have never been there and so truly want to get there. Yes, they will not get um, the experience of going flawless and getting that loot at the end. Um, but it would be nice just to have that open for everyone. I mean, heck, they're giving us. I know it's a little bit different, but heck, they're even giving us Xbox people the guns in late October, which, yeah, granted, is way late, but they're giving us the guns in late October, so why not give everyone access to the lighthouse to just solidify that grimoire? I mean, it's nice to have that grimoire there, even if you're not going to go back to it. I don't know. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what they do with Destiny 2 with trials, because they're having trials of 9. And if they basically have the lighthouse again, if they have the same exact map, I could see them keeping it locked out. But if there's no way to get there anymore, and there's no more trials of Osiris, I don't see why they wouldn't just open it in Destiny 1.
Yeah, it seems like you guys have like the very same thoughts that a lot of people were. Is that basically what somebody had made mention of was the fact that they could just open it up and let it be someplace you could go, but then like there's no chest that you can unlock or anything like that. It's just go see what it is, maybe get the Grimoire card, because a lot of people are that way. They just want the Grimoire, and then just let people explore. And I think for me, that's what I would want to do. Cause like, I don't play Trials enough. I don't want to play Trials enough. I have other things to do and waste my time on. I think it'd be cool. I'd like to see the lighthouse. But I'd be totally fine not getting any of the rewards. I didn't earn them. I don't have any desire to want to earn them. So, I mean, I could definitely see it. I think it'd be cool. I would definitely be, down to at least go see what the lighthouse looks like. Once, that'd be cool. So, yeah, it was just a question I saw. I thought it was really interesting, and I was like,
yeah, it's a very good topic.
Be interesting to see what people think about on, whatever people think about it. So.
Yeah, and also leaves a question about what Bungie's going to do with Destiny 1 after Destiny 2 comes out. Are there still going to be weekly featured strikes and story missions and weekly featured raids, or are they just done?
From what I understand, everything's going to roll forward the same. That's just weekly, except trials. Nothing monthly is going to come back. There's essentially, if you want to play Destiny 1, there's still going to be things to do. There's still going to be gear to get, but it's going to be essentially the quote-unquote base. So, like, Xur will come every week. They'll still have, like, the Wednesday weapons manufacturers from the gunsmith, or the weapon whatever's from the gunsmith. I mean, so everything that's, like, week to week will still be there, but it'll essentially be frozen where nothing new will be added. They won't do any more special events, and so you can still go back and play it. Honestly, they'll probably wind up supporting it through most of the life span of Destiny 2, because all they have to have is a couple of servers open. They don't have to, add anything to it. So, all right, guys, do you have any other things before we end this week's podcast?
No, that's about all I saw and wanted to talk about.
All right. Well, if you're listening to this once again and you're not part of Clan Epic and would like to be, or would like to check us out, go to the100.io/groups/1412, or search for Clan Epic on Reddit. Search for Clan Epic on the 100, or pretty much anywhere. We should show up. But all right, guys, that's pretty much it for this week. Hopefully we get a little bit more news next week. We'll probably have a new pre-order bonus next week as well.